All right, YouTube Nation, so what's going on? It's Mechanic Course. Happy June 2nd. Happy Tuesday. Happy past midnight today. We're going to go over the CKFL playoffs, and we're going to go over the playoff fantasy football, which honestly is going to be really fun. I hope that it encourages participation, and I also hope that it really encourages people to watch the streams and also cheer on for their players. Now, keep in mind, guys, that the people that are in the playoffs are ineligible for this. I do want to say that it would be possible. However, it would kind of be weird because if you pick someone on a different team, like, I mean, it just gets too, like, just don't do that. No. If you make the playoffs in this league, in this franchise, you literally have awards. You literally got a free dev upgrade. Like, I really don't know what more you want for free, just for being in the playoffs. Like, you did nothing and you get an award. Everybody else has to earn it. Okay. Now, of course, this video is going to do pretty much two things. The first thing, I'm going to go over what I think you should do. And number two, it's going to be like the rewards. Of course, rewards are subject to change. We may even vote on them. Okay. First of all, we'll go over rewards. So even after we go over all the scoring and stuff, how are you going to win? How do I win? I would say there will be three prizes. One prize is stupid because it's just the best win. Like, no, top three. So I would say whoever wins the number one of playoff fantasy, they probably should get a dev upgrade from normal to star. I know that sounds kind of like a lot, but keep in mind, it's so low odds. Like, you have to become first. I guarantee you 10 people is going to enter. Hopefully more. Hopefully like 11, hopefully 12. But if you have the best team of playoff fantasy, we're going to give you a normal to a star upgrade. I know that's the same reward as making the playoffs, but keep in mind, it's also like a lottery system. And like, it also like, what about the Bucks, dude? The Bucks were 11-5 and they just missed the playoffs. Like, he kind of deserved a dev upgrade. So honestly, or if you have no wins and you go 0-16, you can still win the lottery and get a dev upgrade for doing nothing. And also getting the first overall pick. So I feel like that should be reward one. Reward two should be, I would say, +2 to an attribute to any player, like +2 zone, +2. And then I would say reward three would just be a measly +1 anywhere, but still, it's going to be worth it, okay? And it's also going to be more fun watching the postseason. Those are my proposed rewards. Please, in the comments below or in the Discord chat, please give me your recommendations. And now let's go over the strategy. This game is playoff fantasy. It's really simple. You have different positions. You have quarterback, you have running back, you have running back, you have wide receiver, you have wide receiver, wide receiver, you have tight end, you have kicker, and you have head coach. The rules are simple. Fantasy scoring is enabled, but the rules are very simple as well. Anytime your player loses, they're gone forever. You are not able to pick somebody up. So if week one, the Bears play at New Orleans, which is actually kind of ironic because I think that, I don't know why, but Bears in New Orleans, they have definitely played in the playoffs like numerous times in the last decade or two. I think a notable one was, I can't think of the one, but I know for sure that the Bears won. Yeah. The Bears won to then play the Packers, and then they lost back, I believe 2010 or something like that. When the Packers played the Steelers in the Super Bowl, the Bears won the NFC Championship. They beat Breeze and Colston, and also I want to say, I can't think of the running back though. They beat those Saints back in the day. I think it was in Chicago. So Drew Brees is definitely not a guy that plays well, in the outside cold. You can't pick, because Chicago in the wild card plays the Saints week one, okay, in the wild card round. You don't want to, I'm going to take Tom Brady and then I'm going to pick up somebody for week two. And so once that player loses, it's done. So really, essentially, there's pretty much many strategies. The first strategy would be, hey, I'm going to pick a wild card team. I'm going to take that wild card team, okay, And then I'm gonna go ahead and pick a lot of players from that team. Wild card, WC. Don't pick the whole team because, like, I mean, dude, like, that's just not smart. Because in fantasy, not everybody can score every play. You definitely want to disperse your team. Again, the full roster is as follows: quarterback, running back twice. We have some wide receivers, tight end, kicker, head coach. When we fill the roster, and it's called your base team, your base team. And that's a strategy. The strategy says, I'm not going to have a full team. Again, like we'll say Bears being a wild card team, or another good wild card team might be like Marshawn Chris, or somebody else like the Browns, right? A base team might be like, okay, the Browns. I'm going to take Marquise Brown. I'm going to take Matt Ryan. And I'm going to take the kicker. You might want to take 3 positions of that team because you know that they're probably going to go far. You had them week 1. They're going to play multiple weeks because you think they're going to win. Now, what's the downfall to this strategy? Well, if that team loses, you're pretty much going to lose 3-4 players from that team. So you probably want to pick a team that's going to be guaranteed to win. The only tip I'm going to give you is this. Vic plays the CPU. Number 5 seed 49ers plays at number 4. Actually, no, he does not. My bad. I do not know why I said that. He plays Justin. So actually, that one is anyone's game. I mean, even though that Vic looks better, it's the playoffs, man. I mean, honestly, anything can happen. Justin could have the most clutch game ever and win. Anything's possible. But I will say one thing, that he does love to throw the ball. So honestly, or he does love Dalvin Cook. So if you like his odds against Justin, you probably want to pick Dalvin Cook because he's pretty much going to play week 1 for a lot of points and then carry over to week 2. And he'll probably play either the Lions or the Rams and have a good chance to win that game too, and then so on and so forth. So you want to look at your roster, okay? And then, like, strategy 2 is like, hey, I'm going to go for the bye teams, okay, the BT. And I'm going to literally say, hey, from those positions, I'm going to literally go ahead and, like, we'll say, I'm going to go ahead and do quarterback, running back, and also a wide receiver. I'm going to choose the Bengals because they have Carson Palmer, they have a good receiver, and overall, I like their team. They produce offense. They have a great team. The downfall to that, though, is you're not going to get many points week 1. You're going to be behind. Slow and steady wins the race, though, so be careful. In real life, when I play this on an online website for money, for real playoff fantasy, you got to be careful. I've seen teams where this year, when the Ravens had a first-round bye, they picked like 5 or 6 Ravens. And yeah, it looked really good because the Ravens had an outstanding year. But then once the Ravens played the Titans in the first game, they lost. So just because Cody's so good and Daniel's so good and Julian's so good and Cody's so good, yeah, they have a bye, but like, it doesn't mean they're guaranteed to win. You may be holding all those players, saving them, look good because you're like, oh, I'm down, but I have all these players coming up and they're favored in a bye week. But keep in mind, you're going to be behind, catch up, and pretty much it's a must win for you. If not, you're automatically done because you're going to lose at least 3-4 players from that team. Obviously, the object of the game, if I were you, and this is strategy 3, okay, split it up. Split it up. Have 2 from one team, 3 from another, 2 from another team, right? And then like 1, like split it up. Like have, if you think Bengals against Lions, have 3 Bengals, 4 Lions. But keep in mind, you're not going to have any points week 1. So do what you want. Go out there. Have fun. Build your own team. And on a parting note, we do have some bonuses for you. First of all, and please listen carefully because I'm not going to write them all out. A kicker. If a kicker misses an extra point, or if they miss a field goal, it's -1. And that includes block kicks. So please choose your kicker wisely. Head coaches. HC. HC. Head coaches get their wins for every win. You get +1 for a win, -1 for a loss. So please pick the head coach that you think will win the Super Bowl. Why do we have this? Tiebreakers. +1, -1 will offset the tiebreakers. Because there's no way that people have the same coach. Low odds. Another bonus. If somebody has a 50+ yard touchdown, it's literally 1 point. 70+ yard touchdown, 2 bonus points to their score. Nice. Great run. As Joe Buck would say, Hester. 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 What a run by Hester to start the Super Bowl against the Bears, or against the Colts back in 2006 or whatever. Anyway, another bonus is if a quarterback gets over 300 yards, +1. Halfback receiver over 100 yards, +1. Fumbles -2, obviously. Interceptions -2. And really, that's it. So, really hope you guys enjoy. This is the first year we're doing it. Hopefully, we do it for the subsequent years. I hope you guys have a great night. Submit your lineups. Say done when done. And go out there and watch your team. And go for that dev upgrade. Because honestly, I kid you not, from normal to star, it will impact your team. Good luck, guys, and go Bears.